2 scripted videos in a row. Wow, the virtual celebrity channel has never known this level of quality content. So, I feel like this needs to be stated at the start of any kind of critique or analysis video to mitigate the amount of people who will be foaming at the mouths in my comments. I do not hate Star vs. the Forces of Evil. I do not harbor any ill will or hidden agenda against Darren Nefsey or any of the people who worked on the show. I think they are all lovely people and created an amazingly fantastic piece of media. But man, is their final show message messed up? Hello, denizens of the internet. Welcome to my little corner of hell known as YouTube, specifically my channel, where I will present to you several facts, ideas, and basic incoherent ramblings known as my thoughts about why and how the final message of Star vs. the Forces of Evil is asinine. I'm not too worried about making this video though, because unlike other cartoon shows like Steven Universe, you can make critiques and critical observations of the show, or basically any other animated content out there that isn't Steven Universe, without having a rabid mob ready to tear your very skin off. Because, damn, do I love Steven Universe, but I utterly despise the fandom with a visceral hatred, including the self-righteous assholes who cover it. Bunch of pretentious liberals. But back on topic, Star vs. the finale. Boy, do some people hate it. But I didn't, surprisingly. Just like Game of Thrones, I thought the ending was alright. But hey, I like Teen Titans Go over the original, so what do I know? But a little while back, out of nowhere, I found myself thinking about the finale, and it just randomly hit me. Star tries so hard for the majority of the season to stop racism and make amends for her past that she irrevocably dooms everyone because of it. Now, I may not understand what it feels like to have white guilt, but the influx of Tumblr users who migrated to Twitter because they were banned from watching porn have screamed loud enough that I know what it feels like. Generally speaking, the entire finale of Star vs. centers around the fact that Star is trying to fix and make amends for her people's racist and colonizing past, when all that shit wasn't her fucking responsibility to begin with. Star, sweetie, your ancestors were dicks, but that burden doesn't fall on you solely to fix it. All our ancestors are dicks. We are all aware of the history that Muni was built on Monster Land, and that the invading humans had a horribly unfair advantage when the settlers came moving in. And it is in no way wrong for Star to want to fix that, but destabilizing everything and everyone's lives to right a countless centuries old wrong is stupid. My idea for this video first started to form when I looked at the context that Star destroyed magic because she felt like it was the cause of all problems. Next, I considered the fact that she went out of her way to force 2 separate classes of people to be together despite them clearly showing they did not get along. Then to her giving up her family's royal lineage to clearly unqualified individuals because it was the right thing to do. Okay, let's unpack this nightmare. First of all, Star, sweetie, sweetheart, sweetness, you beautifully worthless star child. Wake up! Yes, you might have found out that your entire claim to the royal family was bogus and that Eclipsa was the rightful queen. But she didn't want that shit. She clearly ran away from the responsibilities of royal life to be with her husband, and you forcing the crown on her makes it seem you're more worried about your own personal guilt than what is right for the kingdom. I can't really remember where I got this information from, but wasn't it stated that Festivia put the kingdom in debt when she replaced Meteora? Aside from that little tidbit, the kingdom seems perfectly fine and striving to me, and handing power to someone clearly undeserving and unfit to rule, and who only accepted it to forward their own singular goal and agenda, reminds me of some real-world implications that I'd rather not make. Don't get me wrong, I love Eclipsa, probably the only thing close to a favorite character I have in this show. Well, her and Tom. Because, funnily enough, I do not like any character on this show. I think as of season 4. I mean, I like him, but I don't like Marco is fine too, I guess. I'm damn near ready to throw the star in their trash after season 4 though, because fuck my life, this girl is delusional. Like, why would you destroy all magic and all the creatures associated to it so as to remedy a situation your own mother caused? Like if you're all about fixing the sins of your past, why not lock Moon in jail after this? Dear God, I didn't expect all 2 of my only Star versus theories to be both correct. What it ends up feeling like to me is that Star blew up magic not because she felt it would solve all problems, but because only her family had access to it, and it wasn't fair that some people could use magic and others couldn't. So instead, let's all be equal and poof away all that pesky magic. Yeah, the Magic High Commission were evil bigots and racist, but I'm sure the millions of other magical creatures dependent on magic life deserve to be destroyed as well. I'm sure there were racists and bigots as well. We haven't seen proof that some of them are cute and adorable and deserve none of the bullshit that the finale threw upon them. Just thrust them into the unknown and destroy everything.
Into the unknown.
You could argue that Moon caused this all and therefore Star's conclusion to get rid of it was valid. But no! Stop Moon from using magic. Avatar that shit up and take her bending away. There may not be a spell for that right now, but you created laser I-beam shooting puppies from thin air. I'm sure you can figure that shit out. Besides, I don't even understand why emphasis is placed on Moon's betrayal and the humans not being accepting of monsters. In season 1, it was pointed out that all monsters were bad, vile, and evil, but later we found out that that wasn't the case for all of them, and some genuinely wanted to be good. Then came season 4, where it seems like all monsters are peaceful and it's the humans who are racist, unaccepting dipshits. Hey Shao, did you forget about Toffee and the whole war you showed us? A war which led to Moon's own mother being brutally murdered. Yet for some reason, they want to paint it as Toffee, the terrorist, was right all along and destroying magic was the right thing to do. Are the people who wrote this even self-aware? What happened to all the monsters who were in Toffee's war? So all of a sudden, if my family was killed by another race of people, I shouldn't feel bad because I deserved it and should still do what they say because they were right and everything I am and do is wrong. Because being white isn't right. But hey, most of my argument falls apart because there are literally black and people of color in Muni, which makes no sense because black people can't be racist. Twitter said so. Final thing I want to touch on before I end the video, and you can all start writing your thesis in the comments instead of doing your fucking homework. The whole taking house and land away from humans and rightfully giving it back to monsters. What? These monsters haven't lived here for years. Most of them are moving back into places their great-great-great-grandparents owned. Or maybe they owned because monsters live longer than humans. I haven't watched the show in a while. Forgive me if I forget some things. And the only reason this decision seemed justifiable in the show was because they used a dumb as dirt and bricks family in a home way too big for them and can only accommodate a monster to justify it. Just twisting and bending scenarios to fit your narrative, because really, why would the humans not build homes fit for them in all the years that they have lived here? Why not? Just use the monster house that's too big for you. Hell, if that be the case, and that's the message that they are sending, then I demand that America return rightful African Americans to their home country / continent. You took them from us, so we want them back. I demand Beyonce. I don't want Jay-Z, I don't like his music, and he cheated on Beyonce, so he's dead to me. Send us back Riri, Usher, LeBron James, Kobe, Lil Wayne. I didn't like his music before, but now I'm kind of warming up to it. Chris Brown, Zendaya, bitch. I want that girl here right now. Snoop Dogg. You can keep this one. Him as well. No, wait! I, on behalf of all of Africa, would also like for you all watching this to return the money and goods that rightfully belong to us, because all of your wealth and income was only generated because it was stolen from us in the first place. So in essence, your money is mine now. It belongs to me. Thank you. Support me on Patreon. I mean, give it back. You see how ridiculous things get when you start claiming to return things to their rightful owners? It gets out of hand because everything was stolen and taken from everybody, except us Africans and Native Americans. Everything was taken from us and we got nothing in return. But those are all my thoughts on the Star vs. finale. Its final message was brain-damagingly stupid, and I feel it only became that way because of the shift in the political landscape. I get it's a good thing to have a message in your show, and to teach kids not to be racist is not a bad thing, but can you do it in a way that doesn't make them want to give up all they own and their livelihood to make up for past injustice that has nothing to do with them? Yes, history is fucked up, but whose isn't? Should the people of Germany just all collectively hang themselves because they don't deserve to exist for the crimes of their people's past? If that's the case, we should set the whole of England on fire. Just light up the UK and toss in Spain for good measures. Aside from Meghan, Harry, William, Kate, and the royal babies, I despise the royal family with a venomous hatred. Down with the monarchy! I humbly suggest a second version of the plague, but this time, let it be global. Let's just wipe out everybody because we're all vile and evil to some degree. There. That'll do it.
Shit is getting real! Getting real!
Lord Sky on the beat.
Coronavirus! Shit is getting real! Coronavirus! Getting real! Coronavirus! Shit is getting real! Everybody! Everybody!
I feel like it must be stated again that these were all jokes. I'm joking. I love dark humor and I believe there's not enough of it left on the internet. Please, don't kill me. I'm sorry. This shit is serious. I empathize. God, I'm an idiot. Please don't kill me. We actually got the first confirmed case of this in my country. I don't know why I'm joking about this. I wrote this script before it actually hit my country, so God, I'm an idiot. Back to the video. My opinions are my own and only reflect onto me. Just because you agree with some of my points doesn't mean you agree with all of them, and doesn't make you any less of a person if you disagree with me. If you have any points or arguments you'd like to make, say so in the comments and or tweet them to me on Twitter. I'm always open to a healthy discussion or a good old screaming match, as long as it's all in good fun and consensual. But that's all I have to say for this video. Thank you all for watching, listening, and just being here. If you'd like to support me and what I do, Patreon is an option I would encourage. I am currently working on a miraculous animatic, and your support can fund that and other great projects like it. If you'd like more from me in a different medium, I post various stories and fanfics on Wattpad. I'm currently on an accidental homophobia arc in my Supergirl fanfic, and a world-ending apocalypse that was stopped with a virgin sacrifice, in my Fantastic Four fanfic, and you can see how all of those unfolds. Again, Twitter is a thing that I use, and I really want to get to 1k followers so the other cartoon reviewers stop bullying me and take me seriously. JK, that doesn't really happen. That's all in my head. And finally, if you want to wear subpar items of clothing, you can buy them over on my merch store because I believe they will be a great improvement on what you currently have as an excuse for a wardrobe. But yeah, that'll be all from me, folks. Thanks so much for clicking to watch. But with that being said, this is TVC. Signing out.